Hi, everybody. My name is Kennedy.
And I'm Samuel.
And welcome back to the Holy Living Podcast,
What's up?
where we love boldly, teach humbly, and live holy.
Woo! Bars. Bars.
Sam, I got a question for you.
What's your question, King?
What do people misunderstand about you the most?
That's a good question. I think people misunderstand my kindness. I'm a very gentle soul.
Okay.
I think my compassion. Because I come off strong, and people be thinking, oh, he's mean. I'm like, nah. I'm really about what's best for you and best for the kingdom. So a lot of times people might think I'm mean or whatever. I don't know, but you think I'm mean?
I don't think you mean. No, I did used to misunderstand that about you. I did think you was mean, but no, I don't think you are mean.
Okay,
no,
good.
I think it's one of those you gotta know where this person is coming from. A lot of times people don't know where you're coming from.
Yeah.
But no, I don't think you're mean.
That's good. I appreciate
That's
that. Go ahead.
That's me. Okay. So one thing that I think people misunderstand about me the most is because I can be quiet. I think they think I'm stupid.
Oh, that's me too. I take that too. Look, oh girl, you good? Okay, go ahead.
No, because honestly, a lot of times I'm like truly at heart the most introverted person you probably ever meet in your life, unless like I'm having a one-on-one conversation with you.
I know you.
And so like I'm like I can sit there and it can come off like I'm she don't know nothing or she's still unknowledgeable and stuff like that. And so a lot of times I just be like sitting there, okay, like one of those like. But a lot of times I think in my head.
Yeah.
So I'm always thinking, and I'm going, and so a lot of times I just let people think. But there's some pros and cons to that because a lot of times you do need to speak up.
There you go.
But a thing that people misunderstand is because I am kind of,
Yeah, hey, I ain't gonna lie. I thought that I didn't think you was stupid. I just think I'm like you not really, and that's kind of like the same thing for me. I'm not really open with what I'm doing behind the closed doors, but like I when I start seeing what things that you do, I'm like, bro, Kenny's a beast. Kenny, she know what she. Even when you did, honestly, I opened up to my wife about this other day. When you did when you did our LLC and stuff, and even with the business and stuff, of course, but I didn't really. I'm like, okay. But when you did our taxes and all that, I'm like, not taxes, our LLC and stuff, our business and stuff. I'm like, Kennedy, you very like, I'm like, that's what I took. No, I'm like, Kenny's a beast. Yeah, I'm not about to. She's a heavyweight.
Yep. One more question I got for you. Okay, what is your favorite word?
Ooh. It used to be the N-word.
Praise God for deliverance.
But I say you feel me, or I call people baby.
Okay. Mine's is definitely. Like I have to definitely even my definitely. Like I'm like I'm definitely gonna pray for you, and like I'll double definitely. Like definitely. So that's my favorite word.
I got you.
Today we're gonna be talking about what?
We're talking about master the little things.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Master the little things.
Okay. Which is important too, just to master the little things, because I think a lot of times people look over the small things.
Talk about it.
They look over just the detail in everything. And because this society now, we focus on the big picture, right? We see a goal and we got to do it.
Right.
But then, you got those little steps.
There we go. Woo!
To get into that big goal.
Woo!
And we get caught up in the big things and missing the small things, which does matter. Even giving an example like with the cleaning business. We know that we want something clean, or we want something done, but we don't necessarily. So our biggest thing is cleaning floors. People book for cleaning floors for a floor shine.
Right.
I can't just go in there and put the floor shine over there, because therefore I gotta sweep, I gotta mop it. You have to clean it. So those small things do matter. So a lot of time people look over the small things.
And dealing with a lot of teens and kids have big dreams and stuff like that, but more focus on teens and stuff like that I deal with. They all have goals. Even when I'm thinking about when I was a teen, I had goals, but I don't realize what I do on a day-to-day basis affects whether I get to my goal or not.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So a lot of times people skip over it. They want to be an NBA player. They want to be a business owner. They want to be strong in their faith, whatever. But what are you doing tomorrow? What are you doing when you leave? What are you doing when you get home? You know what I mean? What are you doing? And a lot of times we skip, like you said, we think we're going to get there without master that. Or we get upset or discontent when we don't make it to that. And so like with the even with, because when the verse that really hit me with this, when God said, so you have been faithful in a little, and I'm gonna make you ruler over many. And a lot of times I want the big thing. I want to be a big. I want to be a big time preacher. I want to be touching millions. I want to be doing this. I want to do this. I want to do that. But what I kind of despise. I'm talking to kids. I'm dealing with my wife. You know what I mean? And so. So now go ahead.
And even with that too, because what it would look like if we missed the small things.
Come on.
Like what it would really look like. Okay, so I didn't do this, but I did this. It's incompletion.
Right.
So like missing like the details, you will miss like the great things. Like,
right.
Even going to yesterday we had a great event, right?
Yeah.
But in order for that to be a great event, there had to be businesses come together.
There we
right?
go.
And they had to offer the small things that they do offer. You know, they had to present the little small things that they offer in their business in order for this to be a big thing. So I think about the power of small. Like how powerful small really is. Even he says your faith needs to be as small as a mustard seed. And how powerful it can really be just to focus on the small things or where God has you at.
Period. And think about the lessons too that I learned with starting small, because one thing God showed me is like a lot of lessons you will not learn if you if you get to the destination as soon as possible. It's those little stages in our life that we have to grow, that we have to go in. Like I think about this because God, I used to live in the basement. When I got married with my wife, she came to live with me, but she came to my daddy's basement, and so I was battling because my wife was like, she thinking about society. Oh well. We still married. We live with our parents. And but I already had a conversation prior with my daddy. He was like, "Sam, listen. One of the biggest mistakes that I made was jumping before I'm ready to go jump. And a lot of things that a lot of times we want to look at society. Oh, what let me kind of compete. Let me. It was people that was my age or probably a little bit older that was had a whole bunch looked like had way more than me. And so. So my daddy was like, Sam, use this time that you're here to grow, to pay off your debt, pay off your car, all these things and learn. So and the Holy Spirit like, Samuel, learn how to be a man from your dad. So the one thing I'm complaining about, wait a minute now. People don't have this. People don't have, especially a strong, successful dad to look after. So I'm sitting here. That is there's no rest, relax. And I had to overcome. So check this out. So look, I had to sit back. I'm like, I'm watching how daddy do this. I'm watching how daddy do that. I'm saying, okay, here, and God gave me a mindset of managing, man, because I never own nothing. I never arrive. I'm always growing. I'm always growing. But it was like, okay, it master this. So then when I transitioned to a bigger space, it's no different.
Yeah.
I didn't get the big head. My perspective ain't changed because God put me in place. Like I'm humble. Like even if I go to even my plans is to get more properties and things like that. But even when I get that, it's still not mine. It's still the Lord's property. It's still, you know what I mean. It's and God got me here. So a lot of times we have to be kind of. I found myself that's one of the battles. Like listen. Those who are still living with their parents, those are still trying to move up. Don't give up on where you at. Like stay there and maximize on that. It'll come.
Yeah, because it's pressure. Because a lot of times we feel the pressure from people. You know what I'm saying? But one thing, like God is showing me, like little is much when God is in it.
Come on.
Because even with that was much. You was learning at the same time. It wasn't like that point in that season in your life was invalid or it went out the door.
Right.
But you had a lesson to be learned in that little bitty time. And so when it comes to little being much, when God is in it, even with the school.
Yeah, talk about it.
Okay? So where we are at now, yes, it's little. Okay? We gotta put that out there. It's little, but it's done much great things. Like it's done great things, okay?
Right.
You talk about bonding a sister relationship. Okay, you talking about talking to little babies and introducing them to Jesus. And it's so many things that can happen in the little. You know what I'm saying? Like it's big, it's only big because God is big. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't maximize on that, and what God is going to do. And that, of course, is going to look little to you. You know what I'm saying? Of course, it's going to look little, but when you realize that this is much, everything, this is with everything that I have, it's because of God. But He's going to elevate this in so many things. And a lot of times we don't maximize on where we are at.
There we go. And here's the thing, because like He's going to take you to the next destination, and when you're ready, He's going to bless you where He can trust you with. And so let's talk about, because I remember when you first started the daycare and how much effort you put into the daycare, even with it being small. Because a lot of times we think we're gonna wait till we get big to start giving all. Talk about that process of you having to cut conversations shorter, you having to spend extra time getting the resource, like treating it as if it's already that.
So even before the schools even started, I knew God had, because a lot of times God places ideas in our heads, right? But it's on us to move on them, right? It's on us to have faith. And so one of the things that I decided to go ahead and do, this is why living in an apartment. Before I even had space, I started taking the classes. I started getting my hours in order to have this. And need to mind you, I hadn't got any kids. I don't have nothing. Literally nothing but an idea. Okay? And so I said, I'm going to go ahead and start. And need to mind you, this is what these classes $8 a week. And so at this point, they'll be like, no, that's, you can look at that and be like, no, that's a waste of money because I don't got it right now. You know what I'm saying? Or like, I don't have it. It may not happen. Or my mom may change, or it may not fall into place, or different things like that. And so like, I was like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and do it because it's going to happen. Like I had to look at it like it was going to happen. Right. So, I went ahead, I did that, but even when talking about the space being small, because you mentioned the space being small, I didn't go in it thinking the space was small at the time. I thought this was big because I didn't expect, honestly, I didn't expect the overflow. Okay. So there we go. When I came in, I was like, this is perfect. And a lot of times we do that with what God is doing, or like the things that He give us. We get it, and we're like, this is perfect. This is everything we need, and run with it, and boom, 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 boom. But because time goes by, and pressure, you start looking at other stuff and what you want and what you desire, and you're like, this ain't it. This ain't enough. This ain't what I was asking for. No, it's what you asked for. But do you trust God to ask for bigger? Do you trust God to ask for much? Are you taking care of the little that He did bless you? Because at one point in time, it wasn't little. It was a blessing. It was a blessing. It was a straight blessing. And so we had to look at it like, okay, once upon a time, I did ask for this. Yes, I feel like I may have outgrown it, but God is going to, He's going to expand it in that way, but it's never little because God did so much big in that.
Here's the thing, because even with that, because going with the lawn care, business, I know, because here's the thing, because a lot of time we don't, like you said, we don't. Here's an analogy I've seen in Facing the Giants, one of my favorite movies. He talked about how it was two farmers and it was a drought. One farmer was getting the ground prepared for the rain. Mind you, haven't rained yet, and one farmer's waiting for the rain to prepare. He said, which one you think had faith? The one who prepared before the rain comes. And a lot of times we don't understand that God's about to put an overflow. He's about to rain on you, but are you going to be ready for the rain?
Right.
Are you going to be ready for the rain? And so here's the thing. So even with going with the lawn care, because this is our second year doing it, and so each year God has expanded it. But the first year we only had 2 clients, and so I was nervous. God put it on my heart. Daddy called me and my brother Will to your house to do the first house you're doing. Hey Sam, do this. I'm like, okay, we talking big, but it's like, dang, like people is already established, and that's one thing too. We get intimidated by people that's already there. Listen, God works backwards. Okay, we get to that, but it was like, hey, listen, we only got 1 client. We gotta do this. And God was telling me, urging me. He's like, Samuel, listen, I need you to treat it like it's a Fortune 500 business. This is what I bless you with. I need you to trust me. It's not about you just saying it and believing it. I need you to work like you believe it. And so we had 2 clients. My uncle, we had 3. We had Jew, we had my uncle Dennis, and my papa. All right, first 3 clients. And so every week we doing it every week like it's like how it's supposed to be. And and it's like. So I was like, man, I don't feel like we only got 3 clients. I'm seeing people with trucks. We seen people in our neighborhood. We live in a nice neighborhood. Everybody, they got truck. They got, and it's like it was like, man, like I said, Samuel, stop worrying, keep working, keep doing it. Treat it as this truck. And as I was doing it, I'm learning, because a lot of times we don't understand that when God shows us a destiny, it's a development process that he has to go through before he gets there. Okay, you don't just, God knows us. Okay, He's not just going to take you there without you being prepared to handle it. You understand? Because a lot of times we get there, we get to the destination, and we mess it up. So he said, Simi, I need you to learn. I need you to learn customer service. I need you to learn. I need you to learn how to weed it. I need you to learn to be consistent. I need you to learn how to continue to do it, even if you don't feel like doing it. Get that commitment going. So then when the next year when God tripled our clients, it's like we already prepared. This already grooming in this. And I, we want more, but it's like we gotta understand that this start. A lot of times we want to wait for things are perfect to start. Listen, start, and guess what? We're gonna treat this thing like we're gonna promote it. Like, a lot of times too, like we be like. I don't care the term. I'm a business owner. We business owners. And I was like, okay, work. We do lawn care thing, but like, no, I'm a lawn care professional. I own a lawn care business. We do the comprehensive stuff like that. So a lot of times we have to walk in there before we actually get there. So,
and even going with that, because small things advance bigger ones. You know what I'm saying? And so like, even you talking about customer service and where God had you at, even because I look at the small things, even to the point where I started working. Okay,
girl,
where I started working,
girl, go ahead.
And how I even begged God for that job. So I was working at a recreational center at first, and I had all the time in the world to do what I needed to do as far as church wise. I mean, I had hours upon hours just to do stuff, and I got a lot of stuff done. Right, and it was for that time because that's what we needed, because the church started during that time. Okay, and then I started praying, and I started asking God for. At first, I remember trying to get the job at U.S. Bank.
Yeah. Okay.
I was trying to get it there.
Okay. Talk to me.
Didn't get it. I did not get it. And honestly, I was like, what the heck is wrong? Like, I was crying. Like, what's wrong with me? Sam got it. And I was like, I started thinking like I was, like, low, like I couldn't succeed. Then I started working at a different place, and I had to sell money, right?
You selling money. Go ahead.
Listen, don't have me sell nothing, because I couldn't sell nobody. I couldn't even sell money, but they had me selling money, and I wasn't meeting my goal, right? Okay. But they had us on a strict time. And going back to like taking a small thing so he can advance them. I had to, it was like, they was treating me like I was a child. I felt like, because I couldn't get up, I couldn't do this, I had to stay there and continue to make money. And it was like, if you got up, they were walking around trying to find you. Yeah. Okay. And for real. Wow. Go ahead. For real. And so then from that job, I had a different job to where I could set my own schedule. Okay. That's where I'm going with this. I had to set my own schedule, right? Wow. And to the point where it was lenient. Okay. So I could, so if I needed to get up, it was a grown person job. Like I could go up, I can get up, I can do different things, and it wasn't like that. But I had to manage my own time. Make sure I got the stuff done that I got. Right. And so when talking about time, because time is important when you're talking about where I'm at now. Now I am a business owner, and talking about having to manage, discipline. Yes, okay? So the little things where I started, I gained discipline. Talk about it. I gained discipline from where I started. Yeah. I had to stay on the phone. I had to manage my time. I had to do this. So now that I have the ability to do more, a little bit more, I still was disciplined. Yeah. Okay. And now that I have all the time to, schedule people. Okay, I'm going to leave. I'm going to do this. Right. Now he's like, I trust you, because I trusted you here. I trusted you when I gave you just a little bit more freedom. Yeah. And now you able to, manage your time. You was able to still make your time on, do everything on time. Yes. And now you have it, and you have that discipline, because a lot of times people don't have discipline and mess up everything that God gave them. Listen, let's pause for a second. Let's go back, because a lot of times we don't look at, because everybody want to be an entrepreneur and a business, and quit their jobs and do whatever. But a lot of times God uses jobs to get us prepared for our destiny. Yeah. And so think about Joseph, how Joseph is one of my favorite people ever. Joseph started off as a slave, working at Potiphar's house. God elevated. He's learning skills there. He's learning to trust God, depend on God there, learn how to walk integrity there. Then he went to the the jail. He got into jail. He had to learn how to manage that. He elevated there. Then when he got to get him prepared for where he was going. So a lot of times here, I love how you mentioned the job, because a lot of times people don't know Jesus said this. Jesus said this. He said, what he said? He said,
he said, how can I bless you with true riches unless you take care of another man's man's mammon? Take care of another man's. I take it as another man's job when we working for somebody else. Yeah. When we do it, and a lot of times we have to understand that God is looking at that. God, whatever job, those who I know your job, your job that you have might not be your dream job or wherever you're not, but because sometimes 9 to 5 can get you, but at the same time, we have to understand that what lesson is God trying to teach me? Let me look at this as an opportunity for me to develop my skill, develop my gift, and to show God that I'm committed. God, you can trust me at the job. God said, okay, God, I'm still working here. Why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? God said, send me. God said, well, I want more money. How are you managing your money that you're making from the 9 to 5?
Right.
How you responding to your bosses? How's your attendance level? Right. How those things going? And he's looking at that. People don't think that God has anything to do with that, and he does.
Yeah.
And so that's what I said. Before I trust you with this, listen, y'all that's working at maximize on that work. Go in there, excellent. Because knowing that God's gonna take you to the next destination, but knowing that God is using this area in your life to get you prepared for your destiny. Yeah. Prepared for your destiny.
Go ahead. No, because I was just gonna say because it's a big part of God's plan. Because a lot of times we try to help God out. Like we'll be like, okay, God needs some help. Let me do this. Yeah. But he don't need help. All he needs you to do is attempt the small things. That's for it. Him. Like attempt and like try. Go ahead and do it. And a lot of times we get messed up because we're not doing it for God.
Yeah. A
lot of times we don't do it for God, and we're doing it for the wrong reasons because we see other people doing it, and because we're people driven instead of God driven, and we're not doing it for God. He said, "Do it for me.
Right.
Do it for me. That's how you're gonna help me out.
That's it.
Okay. That's how you. This is how it's going. This is how it's going to be elevated. Is if you put me first.
Right.
And I'm like, go ahead.
Here's the thing. Here's this. Because what you're saying is so fire. Listen, God is, people don't understand that God is at the finish line. This is what God showed me this past week. I'm at the finish line. So in other words, you think that people think that we're waiting on God. God is waiting on us to get ourselves together.
Yep.
You understand what I'm saying? God, Bible says that he has wisdom stored up for the just. So in other words, he got future wisdom, future gifts, future skill, future things for us that's waiting. And so a lot of times we be thinking that, God said, well, no, I ain't hearing nothing from God. Whatever God gave you to do it to the fullest to the fullest, and so you get prepared for, because every I promise you, kid, that's what gets me. That's what gets me. It's like okay, I know God called me to do it. I know he told me to read this. I know he told me to do it. He gave me holy habits and told me certain things to do. And I'm like, okay, sometimes I be wanting a new revelation. Sometimes I want that big old, you know what I mean? Every time. I'm not about to do that. What I tell you to do, I need you. I'm already waiting on you, but I'm waiting to see if you're gonna be consistent. If you're gonna go all in. If you're gonna do this, I'm at the finish line.
That's something. Me and Sambria was just talking about that. How like we be like, all right, we start doing other stuff because we think God wants us to do other stuff. Right. He never told us to do nothing differently. And like we really be like, okay, I'm gonna start doing this. I'm gonna start doing this. But no. In order for you to obtain what I told you to do, you have to continue to keep doing it. And we try to make our own plan. Like there's substance in the small. Like it's really substance in what he's like his root. Like everything he tells you to do is substance. It's not about size. It's not about anything. But it's like it has meaning. If God tells you to do it, it got meaning behind it. Period.
And so one thing I want to talk about is like is leadership.
Oh yeah.
Okay, because a lot of us in that's what this church, like our church is built about. And me and my brother Will had this conversation all the time about a lot of times people want to be on the front line. People want to be leaders and ruling millions, but they can't rule themselves.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. It's out there because a lot of times people be thinking as soon as they get saved that God wants to send you to another country. God wants you to do this. God wants you to go through a process of discipling yourself. Yeah. God wants you to make sure that, okay, can I manage myself? Then can I manage somebody? If you marry my wife, then can I really manage my kid? Can I manage my household? Can I do this before I go? You know what I mean? And so a lot of times we don't understand. Like, listen. A lot of times, God wants you to start off as continue to come to church every Sunday, come to Bible study, open your word every day. That's what I want you to start. I don't want you to. I don't want you to focus on preaching the sermon. I don't want you to do none of that because a lot of times we chasing clout, and a lot of times we be chasing looking for a platform, but platform without no foundation. When people get the platform, they blow the platform. They make the platform about them. They corrupt the platform, and if the foundation is not taken care of, when you get to the platform, it's gonna be messed up.
Yeah.
So that's what I know. Kind of said it kind of felt me slow down, but like I said, that leadership thing, like a lot of times we think God wants you to manage yourself first, then go to your kids, then you know what I mean, then go to the youth.
Because even with leadership, I'm gonna say this and be done, but even with leadership, Sam, is important. Okay, and I say that because a lot of times we don't think about how we treat people in leadership. And I know we talking about this, but it has a lot to do with small things. Because that's a small thing that can be overlooked sometimes when it talks about people. And I had this, and it's crazy that you mentioned leadership, because I said, you may be one person to the world, but to one person, you may be the world. So like how you act towards people and how you are leading and how you are setting an example may be what that person needs. You know what I'm saying? And it's the little stuff. It's the little stuff that makes the world of a difference. Talking about entrepreneurship or whatever God gives you. Like be that. Think that you are, okay, God, you placed me on this earth to, if I touch one person. If I touch one person, that's a lot.
That's a lot.
That's a lot because you're in it.
That's it.
Because
God's
in it.
That's it. So I know we probably over our time, but listen, like God is like, that's what I said when God put this on my spirit, I was like, Kennedy, this is perfect for us. Like I said, I see what God is doing in your life, and I say, well, you know, all of our lives, you know what I mean, but you know, highlight you in particular. And so, like I said, we got the same mindset with a lot of things. But it's like, you know, how God is looking at how we treat what he gave us. God don't want, listen, what did I give you? A lot of times we don't understand that everything that we need is we already got it. We just got to work it. And so y'all want to encourage y'all to listen, y'all. If you're working on a job, can't stay in your job, but you want to go higher, master that job. See what God wants you to do. Of course, while you're working on the job, working with the gift that God gave you, do that. Also, in your salvation, like, take little steps. Don't try to be. You ain't gotta be the smartest. Some people get intimidated by people that are, that are spiritually sound. Just start where you at. God, God love. You know what I mean? And everything else, materialistic thing, everything that we want. God is looking at how you taking care of what He has.
Because He can use it.
He can use that. Because like I said, listen, it's all about the lessons. It's all about the development. So listen, y'all. Master the little things. Amen. We out of here. That's Kennedy. I'm Samuel.
And we'll meet again on the Holy Living Podcast.
Holy Living Podcast.
Like, follow, share, subscribe, whatever you got to do.
Everything. You know what I mean? We own it.
Until next time.
You feel me?